What's up guys, today I'm going to be showing you how to create a seamless texture in Photoshop. Quite often I found myself working on a project which requires seamless textures, and it was once very annoying to have to find specifically seamless textures online, but there is a way to create your very own in Photoshop, and it's actually very simple. But let me explain what a seamless texture is. So a seamless texture is a texture that can be tiled horizontally and vertically, and it looks natural. It looks as if there are no corners to meet, and it's very smooth, and they all fit together very well. And you'll see what I'm talking about at the end of this tutorial. So what we're going to start with is opening a picture. So go to File, Open, and we'll go to the desktop and find our picture. And our picture is rock texture for me. Now rock texture needs a little bit of work. First off, we're going to have to crop this. So we can click the crop tool right here, and once we have it selected, we're going to change some parameters. So if you look here, I have 1024, so 1024 set to my width and my height. Make sure you set it to that. What that's going to do is it's going to constrain the crop tool so that it won't crop anything but a square. So let's do that. So once you've changed this, go ahead and crop your image. So make sure you drag it all the way to the bottom. And notice how I selected this side. This side doesn't have this weird black hole thing in the corner. It's a lot better than this corner, so just pick the one that seems easiest for you. So let's commit the current crop operation. And once we do that, I'm just going to zoom in really quickly. Yeah, that looks good. And we're going to select our layer. So right now we have layer 0. So let's select it, and let's go to Filter, Other, and hit Offset. So what offset does is it pretty much flips your image around so it can be seamless. So Photoshop is actually really cool that it lets you do this. So we're actually not going to change any settings, we're just going to keep the default offset. So press OK, and we're good to go. Now, this is what I'm talking about. This is why we need seamless textures, because they look ugly without it. They'd look like this. So we're going to make this seamless, and it's actually really easy. So the first thing we're going to do is going to select our layer, and then we're going to go to the tool that looks like a stamp. So click the stamp tool, make sure you have clone stamp tool selected, and we're going to change some settings. So if you look here, we have size, hardness. Keep hardness at 0 and change the size to something around 75. It can be whatever you want, but 75 or something around there is suggested, 70, whatever. And once you've gotten it, we're going to bring our stamp tool right over here. Now, before we do this, we need to do one quick thing. I want you to hold the Alt key on your keyboard, right, and make sure your stamp tool is right above one of the lines, or right on one of the lines. Hold the Alt key, drag it up a little bit, and click. So what this has done is set a location for Photoshop to replace this image. So what you're going to do is you're just going to tap along these lines. And if you look here, the picture is becoming seamless as we do it. So we can keep tapping until we've reached the end. Now that's starting to look a little bit better, but we need to do one thing. Hold Alt again and drag this guy to the left or the right now. And we're going to go vertically. So let's tap this in. Try not to drag, because it actually makes it look a little too weird and actually pretty photoshopped. We're trying to make it look not photoshopped in the process. So let's just let Photoshop catch up and fill this in. Okay, and we're good to go. Now, this is a 100% seamless photo, but let's test it just so I can prove to you guys that I was being serious. So the way we do that is we go to Image, Canvas Size, and we're going to double this. So let's set the width to 2048, because that is 1024 times 2, and do the same for the height. So 2048. Press OK, and we're going to zoom out a bit. Okay, so let's select our layer and move it to the top left corner. Ooh, Photoshop is being a little slow. Okay, top left corner. Once we've done that, let's select our layer using the selection tool, and let's copy it, and then let's paste our layer with Control V. Now I'm going to drag the other part of the layer up here, and then I'm going to make another one. I'm going to drag it down here. I don't know why Photoshop is being so slow. Anyway, yeah, so drag that part, and then we'll paste it one more time and drag it down here, if I can do it. There we go. And now if you look here, the entire image matches up perfectly, and there are no seams, so you can't even tell where this image meets with the other one. And that's really actually it. This is how you create a seamless photo in Photoshop. Create your layer, set it to offset, use the clone tool to make it seamless, and then you can check it to see if it worked. And that's all for this tutorial, and I'll see you in the next one.